Multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about dying with blood on your hands. On your motherfucking hands. Yes, this is so deep because a lot of people, and I mean a whole lot of motherfucking people, especially during the times we in, and basically throughout the previous years and ages, or seclusions or circumferences that took shape and form throughout people's lives, and certain terms and analogies and agreements that they took and withheld within their lives. This shit goes deep. It's not about how they tell you. It is not about what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. And if you're not aware of these things can basically gravitate towards you in ways you wouldn't imagine. These can be good, these can be bad. But it's never good dying with blood on your hands, because when you're withholding and taking the responsibilities of having blood on your hands and not washing your hands, then these things can basically follow you to the grave. Almost to the point it can trap you. And this goes deep. It ain't just about what you're doing down here, because remember, what you're doing down here is what you're doing up there. So it's always you're connected regardless, universally, whatever you want to say. You're connected within, without. And there's three spectrums: the spirit, which is your space, your circumference, your gas, something that you is no thing but basically is a vessel that you can't see. But your vessel is basically the fire. Your soul is the water. The way you think and communicate is the air. And your physical body is earth, structure, Saturn, Sabbath, whatever you want to say. These are the perspectives that it play out when you go through these circumstances and situations. Now look, dying is basically your soul leaving your body. I don't want people to get afraid, and that's another thing too. Being afraid to die. You're adding blood on your hands. Why? Because you're adding weight to your deathbed, almost to the point you're adding weight on your soul. This is the whole term and purpose of why you have twins. Two beings coming to part, because you was in a low vibrational sufferance. You brought that into reality. You brought your soul into reality, which means you cried too much. You was in a deep state of being. You was in a negative state of being, almost to the point you brought yourself down. So now when you're bringing something down, because remember, what you're doing up there is what you're doing down here. And remember, when you're way up there in the spiritual realm is very real. It's very real. It ain't no bullshit. It ain't no shit as to say, well, oh, scientists, they try to basically look at it like as far as your body is a spirit or some shit like that, which makes no sense, because a spirit never dies. A body gonna die. The flesh always gonna die. The flesh always gonna expire. Understand and understand that shit. But you keep your spirit and your soul, your circumference records, your soul. Because look at it like this. When you go to sleep at night, when you close your eyes, that's a form of transformation. Death. Your soul is leaving your body. Your body gonna stay here. Remember, your money, cars, clothes, hoes, fame, all that shit gonna stay the fuck here. Now, you can't get mad about that, because remember, you only keep your spirit and your soul. Now, pay attention to this. If you was in a good vibration and you treated like money, and you treated money and all these values and possessions, you treated these things like your bitch, and you realize and understand and overstand that, and I'm talking about females too, y'all can treat y'all values like y'all bitch too. And the word bitch is very powerful and strong. Fuck what society say how it's used. The word bitch, you can use it as the word as a witch. And a male is a witch too, because he got a feelings and he got an emotion too. So don't get lost into words. See, words, that's a program too. You got to be careful too. Even people can die with words on their hands too, as far as the shit that you say out your mouth. For look, as a prime example, to pray to something means you're getting preyed on by a predator. Now to be blessed is to be less of something. You want to be more. So you got to be careful with the words you're saying, because you can also be carrying weight and baggages on your motherfucking, on your soul, on your body. You got to be very careful. Now let's get back into the circumstance situation. Take this into consideration. I'm going to use a prime example as far as somebody dying with blood in your hands. For instance, something that I always experience. Someone always tell me, when I die, bury me here. When I die, do this. When I die, do that. Now, what this person is not realizing is, even if you're not attached to this realm of reality as far as not being afraid to die, you're still fucking up. Because basically, you're giving somebody an order, a responsibility, a duty, an obligation to do something when they're moving on. Now, look. And this is a responsibility that you want done. And this is something that you basically keep adding on to. And you're basically going to manifest that into a situation where you're not free to die. You're going to basically be here. You're going to come back here again. Because you was carrying weight on you. You ain't let go. You ain't detached. You just be like, fuck it. You die, you die. We bury your ass. That's all you got to say. If I die, I die. It don't matter what's going to happen. I'm keeping my spirit and my soul. That's all that matters. That's it. That's all. You don't got to do this. You don't got to do that. Look, I got money right here. So you don't got to worry about me. This is money for when I'm gone. Now, I don't care if you use the money. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Just know. This is just the money that I'm going to leave here. And I'm just going to leave it here. It ain't nothing else to it. That's it, that's all. I don't give a fuck what you do with this money. This body gonna rot. If a body rot, it rot. The fuck? Now, I know you don't want to have a rotten body in your house. You know you want to get that body out your house. So, yeah, this is the money to bury me. My shit paid for. Boom. I don't got to worry about shit. I'm going to be smiling in my casket. I'm going to be out this motherfucker. Boom. Feel me? You don't got to worry about shit. That's it, that's all. That's why it's always important too. When you go to sleep, you want to make sure when we talking about sleep, that's dealing with feelings and emotions. Because you're basically, when you awake, your soul is asleep, and your spirit is gonna basically is the unconscious. Your soul is the subconscious. Your body is the conscious. These are three different things. Never pair these three together. Now, when you go to sleep, this body is going to sleep, and your soul. And your spirit is basically doing its thing. Your spirit always doing its thing, but your soul is basically waking up now. Your soul is traveling, astral travel, which is basically the moon, the waters. The waters got movement, the waters got motion, so it's moving around. It's basically tunneling. So now look, that's why it's always important before you go to sleep, make sure you in a good state of being, good state of awareness. Because if you can control your feelings and emotions, you can control your direction in life. You can control your access in life. You can control your adventures. You can control circumstances, situations that can be played into your life because you dreamed it. Basically, now you got to control it. Now you got to understand and understand it. Keep a dream journal. Understand and understand what goes on in your dream. You write that shit down because it's going to take shape and form into your life. And if you don't know what's going on, then boom. That means that information is going to basically get pushed out and somebody else going to basically experience your timeline. And they're going to own your dreams. And they're going to manifest. While your ass sit there and be like, because you too lost into the reality. You too lost into the left brain, which is logic, which is words, which is physical, structure. Feel me? Your spirit created that shit. This is your bitch. This body is your bitch. Remember that shit. And don't ever forget it. Now, also, another thing, too, I want to get into the spectrum of especially what's going on right now. For the motherfuckers, now listen, this is your free will. So, these are your three powers. Creativity, belief, imagination. Your imagination is powerful. That's how you got here. Your creativity is basically your structure, what you created. And if you got belief, which is magic, you can believe into this shit and it can basically come into identity. Take fucking coronavirus into a fucking prime example. You believe in the coronavirus. You don't know what it is. You never heard of it. You don't know what it smelled like. You don't know what it looked like. But you believe into it. Take this into consideration. Now, supposedly, if I'm the owner of this virus, and I want to basically get a brand new car, a nice mansion, good money, and fame, and representation, if I want to basically move around, do whatever the fuck I want to do, I'm going to get the whole world. If I want a new spaceship, I'm going to get the whole motherfucking world to believe in this shit. And I'm going to keep adding. And when they believing in this shit, my shit going to keep growing in the spiritual realm. Because remember, the spirit created all this shit. Now my shit growing. Now it can come down to density. Because why? They still participating in my shit. They still believing in my shit. Matter of fact, I'm about to get another spaceship. I'm about to get another mansion. I'm about to build another acres. I'm about to get this lady today. I got money. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Why? Because you motherfuckers is still believing. I'm a Freemason. You motherfuckers is still believing in my shit. Damn, I wasn't expecting all this shit. But matter of fact, I'll take more. Oh. That's what y'all doing. Y'all giving y'all fucking power away. Now look, the person, the owner, they know what they doing. They know what they doing. But look, what's going on now is you're giving your power to something. You give your creativity, belief, and imagination to that point, to almost to the point you're going to sleep. Now you're dying with response. Now you don't want to die. You're afraid, like, oh shit, I'm afraid of corona. I don't want to die from the corona. I'm scared. You putting blood on your fucking hands. So when you die, you coming right the fuck back here. You might come back as a tree because you stupid as fuck. You stiff. Your mind is not fucking functioning. Your mind is stiff. Your mind is in one spectrum. You stiff. You stupid. You a sheep. And you're going to always get treated like a sheep. And you're going to always get treated like a motherfucking animal. Basically, they want to guinea pig your ass with a vaccine. And you believe in that shit. You giving your fucking power away. Another thing. People, places, and things want to be shit in life. We all want to be the shit, of course. We all want to take center stage, even nerds. Now, if these responsibilities don't see itself in people's life, they start to have uphill battles. They start to be ashamed of themselves. They don't start to believe in themselves. They start to get irritated. They get aggressive with themselves. Now they at war with themselves because they're not seeing shit flourish. Why? Because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in the process. They don't have what it takes for this shit to take shape and form in their life. So what happens is they give up. They mad now. Everybody a fucking enemy to them. They pissed off. Why? Because they didn't meet their needs, they wants. Now when they die, they're going to die with a whole lot of baggage. To the point they might have to come back here with a twin. Or they might have to come back here and do it through an animal. Oh, yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah, that's how life works. Now, if you don't get your mind right, you don't get your shit together, you're going to keep fucking dying with blood on your motherfucking hands. And it's never good to die with blood on your hands. That's why it's the whole purpose of believing and having something. Believing. You got to believe. You got to believe in yourself. That's your magic. That's your power. Your 3 powers. Now, if you keep adding on to that shit, no matter what the world says, no matter what people say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, I'm saying, fuck y'all niggas. I'm still going to believe in my process. And when my process takes shape and form, watch these motherfuckers come through and be like, oh shit, how you do this? Be like, yo, I believed in myself. I told you, I basically led by example. You doubted me. You shamed me. You guilt me. But I believed into my process. Why? Because I have my own world. I have my own circumference. I have my own shit. And that's basically what takes shape and form. I believed in myself. I brought it down to existence. So when I do die, I'm dying with basically nothing on my hands. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to have this shit in my next life. Why? Because I'm carrying that frequency, vibration, energy. Boom. Now I can't die with blood on my hands. But you got a lot of motherfuckers out here. They get this, they get that. Now when this shit is taken away from them, they don't know themselves. They lost in the physical. They lost into the flesh. And don't get lost into the flesh. Because when you get lost into the flesh, you die. That's the whole purpose of reincarnation. Religion. Redoing something. Restructure. It's like a hell. Look at it. It's a hell. If you in a routine pattern and keep doing something over and over again, you're going to be like, nah. I want to try something new. It's like playing a fucking video game. You got the PS3. Now I got the PS5. I got more shit to do. I can do more shit. I'm expanding. I'm the universe. But basically, you want to stay in one spot. Because you basically stuck on this PS3 shit. Now, what happens if you stay on that motherfucking game all day? What happened? You're going to want to get off that shit. You're going to try something else, right? That's the whole purpose of the universe expanding. Never stay stuck in one routine pattern. Get up off your ass and don't die with no motherfucking blood on your motherfucking hands. I love everybody. Real shit.